All righty, we are now live on YouTube. I want to call this meeting to order. All the auditor folks are here, along with our attorney Rocky Eaton, our clerk Melissa Martin. If we could have the birthday boy, Alderman Craig Strickland, lead us in the prayer and pledge.
Bow your heads, please. Father, we come to you grateful to be able to make decisions for this city. But we ask for your guidance in everything we say and we do in this meeting. Forgive us where we fail you, Lord. We ask all this in your name, Jesus. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, is there a motion to adopt the agenda with the additions that I think everyone has received?
Motion.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
The motion to approve the consent agendas, number 1 and 2. Is there a motion?
Discussion.
Well,
Just want to thank,
is there a second for discussion?
and just make sure we thank La Princess for her service here and wish her good tidings on her follow-on positions and opportunities. I thank you for all the work. I know she's helped us move some water bills to conclusion and push the rock forward. So that's all you can ask. So enjoy the team. So I appreciate her being here for that. And I know Don, you're gonna say something about it.
No, very well. No, absolutely. She's been a fantastic employee, and one thing that is constant in any line of work is change. So she'll be tough to replace. So I take it that Melissa has a plan forward, and we'll figure out what that looks like. And it's just, I mean, yeah, I know how it is. It's just tough to find good people. So you always hate when some leave. But anyway, concur with what you say. Got a motion, got a second, all in favor? All righty. Can somebody bring me, you're doing good. We need to have you sit up front more and do this.
No, I figured I was like, if I do it now, I'm gonna have to start doing it forever.
Mr. Hoffman, come on up here.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for allowing
You
me.
got somebody with you, don't you?
I do. Chris Johnson, he's the engineer of record,
Okay.
and
I'm just here for backup.
Ha
here for backup. So, do you want me just to launch in?
Yeah, let her rip.
Okay.
I think everybody has it on their email that you sent out. Is that correct?
Try to.
Okay.
So just to refresh everybody, I do have a location map. Can I have it? Sure. Thank you so much. And then also, so the big idea is that we're doing a development or working on a development across the river called Eagles Flock, directly across from the property that we're talking about. And it just seemed like that it would coordinate well with the city of Petal. So this is just a kind of a developer's idea right now. So without engineering or artwork or all that stuff yet. So the idea is that many communities have botanical gardens, very few of them go grow. And there's I think 3,400 in the United States right now. And it's a draw. It's something for the kids to do. I'm gonna show you some stuff. I want to keep passing stuff out. So here, for example, like we could have, pardon me, here's a butterfly walk, It's not enough to, if you don't mind just passing down. And so that is it's something kind of fun to do. And so if you had a botanical garden here, I think we could do it in a way that wouldn't cost the city of Petal anything out of their general budget. We have at least one way to do that. There's several ways to, but if we did it where it didn't cost anything out of the general budget and it was an amenity for the community, here's a Discovery Center idea. I have more of those. I don't know what happened to my butterflies, but here is the Discovery Center concept.
Just the one that you originally sent me, right? Think so. Yes.
And on the other way. So what we're thinking about is that you got your pedestrian bridge. We connect the pedestrian bridge to the waterfront all the way down. We could do a little tram. If you don't mind stretching it that way. And that way people, older people could then more easily get to the water. Because we had this botanical garden and a park and a way maybe to cross over to the new amphitheater on the Hattiesburg side. That would become like an adventure, a trip, something fun to do. So the way to, so here's some more, some more on the tram and the crossing. I was trying to figure out a way to bring a projector here where I could show it, but it didn't work out for me. They weren't super bright. So there's just a bunch of things we could do with an amenity like that. People come to the Botanical Gardens, they pay money to go to Botanical Gardens, and they enjoy it. And what we would do, if you wanted to, if it was helpful, we could use the local, the trees and the things that grow here, and use the Mississippi MSU to help us design it. And I'm going to talk about how to fund it too. So here's something else that's kind of fun. We could also do a water lab. So what they do is they shut the water, gets purified. And so, all this is on the website that I sent out to everybody. So hopefully it gets. So what do we do? How do you fund something like this and not get into public funding and still have a really nice product? One way to do it would be to do it in stages. So instead of doing it where, phase one. Another way to do it would be to do it with like phase one, where we would go ahead and carve out the roads and do the plantings for the trees. I learned about this when I went to Canada one day in a place called Regina. They had the trees where it grew up over the roads. You've seen them like in the old plantations where they cover it. It's actually 15 degrees lower in temperature, and there's a transpiration. So that means that we could plant the trees long before we finish the park. It did not do all the time like that. And so the idea would be to start by having the trails done. Maybe Chris can help us get the roads done. I know there's concerns about floodway, so I'm gonna address those too. But I just like this idea. So one of the ideas is to have from the pedestrian bridge down through the botanical garden and build like a wooden rail so that people could ride it like in a golf cart or one of those little bus looking things, but it wouldn't be for cars. But it'd be a way for people to get to the river and fish and enjoy it and not be too hot at the same time. So it would be extraordinary if we could do something like that. Now, there is on the developer side, you'll see in those images, we're talking about wanting to build 40 townhomes on the
Hattiesburg side.
on your side also. So Chris is checking on me. I think there's 54 acres that are owned by Pella right there. I thought there was 70. So some of the documents might say 70, but I think it's actually 54. But we're proposing to build some townhomes on the north end, away from the water, not on the water.
Okay.
But really nice townhomes. Here's let me pass these out too.
Okay.
And so that would, so the idea would be, okay, why don't we build some townhomes on the north side, and then the commercial developers, that are backing what my company's doing, Northstar, they're interested in doing that. That would provide, if you wanted to, that would provide some capital by selling selling the land to the private developer, a small section of it, to help fund the larger park. And then also, y'all know you're in the Bowie tax district, right, everybody? Familiar with it?
Yes, the special tax district was
Yeah.
enacted with legislation 2 years ago.
Yep, and so we're pushing, we're not pushing, bad choice of words. We're discussing with the city of Hattiesburg about doing a flood alarm system, but that would affect the city of Pebble as well. And that would affect Forest County as well. But if we could find a way to get the alarm system in, when the Leaf River floods, it doesn't flood like that. It floods over time. There's no time to warn people where they can get away. So that's one of the, if we're careful and use good engineers like Chris, we can build in a way that protects the floodplain and protects the people at the same time and is in compliance. I do think, we all saw that stuff about Texas. I just do think it's a good idea to have a flood alarm system, just generally, that's my opinion. And there's easy ways to fund it. But also, the tax district itself goes from 15%, I think, up higher if need be. And if we're building homes, then that's going to increase the ad valorem value, property value, which should increase the ad valorem taxes significantly, enough to matter. So I was hoping that we would jumpstart, if you wanted it. I don't, if there's a liking for the idea of a botanical garden, it contributes to the community, then we could jumpstart with some commercial stuff at the north end, some map homes, and also at the same time build out the park so that we have the park actually used, and also do the planning. Y'all heard that old story, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. So we plant these trees, I won't live to see them, but eventually they're going to be canopies covering the whole thing and be a generational asset. Every year it should get better and better so that the trees will make it comfortable when it's hot as a place to go and still enjoy the river. The Leaf River right there, according to the state, is swimmable and eatable. You can eat the fish right there and you can swim right there. When I've been there on the other side, it looks kind of murky looking. But the reports are is that it's, you can drink and eat. You can swim and you can be there. So what I'd like out of this would be some indication if we should just go do something somewhere else, or if we should continue, like, not any commitments, but is this something that we should continue to put some effort into? We put a good bit of effort to get to, to kind of think it through. But, and there's many different avenues for funding. Some of y'all probably familiar with it, the community center was funded with private philanthropy across the way for pretty close to $30 million pretty quickly. So if the project captures the imagination and the community wants it, I think there's private and federal and state money available, not for the private developer, but for the community, to the government. The private developer, our thinking is we get to build some homes. It needs to be commercially reasonable. We're not trying to retire off doing a few homes, but it has to be commercially reasonable for it to work, to be bankable. So that's the kind of rushed presentation. I wish we were any comments or feedback.
Any questions, Kane?
We always are excited to have some sort of opportunities to develop our public areas and public lands. And I think when you start talking a relationship with development, and that's a economic development option that, we'd like to do, not just on Gandy, but everywhere. We have a river district that was created, and our mayor is one of the voting members of that council makes a decision. There's three of them, Mayor Hattiesburg, Petal, and then board supervisors.
I hope you like the alarm, Mayor.
So,
Yeah, we've had that conversation with that being part of the Pine Belt Blue Ways as well. Having some easier ways and more markers. There's really one over there that has the Leaf River gauge that you can look at. And obviously with all the rain that we've got, that's something that we as a city look at. But yeah, any more information down there is always better.
If you don't mind, I'll send you what correspondence I do have. We've been talking to some vendors. Maybe that'll at least
Yeah, that'd be
have
fine.
additional resources.
Be more than fine. Any other question, guys? Gals?
So-
Melissa?
What is it that you would specifically need from the city for us to consider anything like this?
I would need us to have a doable plan that we would work on together. I'm thinking that we would want to involve the university, the MSU, and we'd want to make sure that our long-term arborist, planning is good. And then with that, it's really, I think we have to work with the this would be where the private side has to work with the government side, because we would be funding the park, the kickoff of it, not the whole thing, to get it to go. So a cooperative agreement, I guess they call it public-private partnership, a PPP.
Yes, sir. But then also just basically allocation of all this land, which, I mean, we're not making a ton of use out of right now. But just for the practical side, we need allocation of land and, let's say, funds or things like that. I know that you talked about fundraising, but
The funds I'm thinking that we would try to do the funds by leveraging a small 10 acres of the property to the private side to bring in money. But there's other ways to do that, like the people that did the community center in Hattiesburg. And, I don't know those guys very well. I know their names. So if we could make a presentation and see if there's just private philanthropical interest. I kind of think that if it's well done, people like botanical gardens. So if it's well done, I'm thinking that we should be able to find funding for it. And that the city of Petal's major contribution would be taking a land it already has and dedicating it to a botanical garden site. And then the other thing that's kind of a catch-22 is, can we find a pocket of income from the raised ad valorem taxes to maintain it? So that we,
once it's, so basically the jobs to actually keep it up and looking nice.
Yeah, now it does produce income and we have income charts that we can show, but there needs to be like a backstop that no matter what, it looks beautiful. In a bad year, it's still okay.
Anything else, James?
but that's where our major pump station is for our city. But, the geographic area you're talking about, those 50 acres, that is our Katrina, lagoon, our pump, because that used to be the old city lagoons, right?
Yeah,
That's what, which is no longer viable for the federal government to use as lagoons anymore. So besides the police chief beating us up, because that's also where our police range is, our firing range is there. So
You may hear gunshots.
yeah, I'm not gonna say anything if he's in the room. So, yeah, it's just, you have to work around those limitations of the land and access. And I think the other thing, Mayor, you talked about in the past was that's where was our laydown yard for any sort of natural disaster.
Yeah, that's where after Katrina, where all the, matter of fact, that's why it's called Katrina now.
Because that's where we dumped all the Katrina.
Dumped all the debris and they chipped it up and toted it off.
And so that's just some things that historically, that's what that area, what we traditionally have used it for and currently use it for. So we have to work, those are not obstacles, those are some of the constraints that we'd have to look at.
how big is the firing range? I've never been.
Not very. It's a very small footprint.
Just you don't.
You can see it on Google Earth when you go down and look at it. Not very big.
So we wouldn't want to upset the police chief. We could find a way.
Yeah.
I would suggest not.
No. You just want to, because that's a great asset we have internally that, because that's one of the reasons I think it's a good job. It's just, those are the assets that, initially you might not know about all that, but as we take the next step, take that into consideration.
That was one of the things Craig told me when I talked to him first on the phone. Yeah, it sounds great, but don't mess with the firing range.
Or Katrina Lane, we have that place to dump all that stuff.
So what is Katrina Land? How big is?
We just call it Katrina. It's our last pump station because we pump all of our, that's why that's actually not a lagoon right now. We pump about 1 million gallons of sewer water over to Hattiesburg every day. And we've got a pretty substantial project in the works down there that I would put, instead of one pipe, 2 pipes underneath and do some upgrades at that lift station.
So you're upgrading the lift station and you're putting the pipe under the river.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it sounds a lot safer than over the river.
Yeah, or kind of what they were having up there in the Potomac recently, where they just pump it out in the river.
Good.
Yeah,
Then you wouldn't
But
want
yeah,
to.
I'll have some conversations with the, and I think we've all got your email. So if we have any other questions that may come up, obviously, I take it that you would say to the board to feel free to contact you and stuff. And if this needs to kind of go to the next stage, I'll talk with the alderman and see what the consensus is.
Can I make a presentation to you about how I envision the next stage is going?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah. Just catch up with me one day if you want to. Are you from around here? Where are you?
I live in Fairhope, Alabama.
Okay.
Horrible city, horrible.
Well, the only person we know from Alabama is, well, never mind. Anyway, yeah, that'd be fine. Just catch up with me one day. We can schedule some time for it.
That'd be excellent. Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time today.
everybody's
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Michael.
Thank you,
So
sir.
it's good meeting you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you, Michael. Bye-bye.
Thank you, architect.
Come on up.
Good talk.
Daniel, we want to talk JC Color Run.
Sorry about the informal attire.
Hey, we have a map in there.
Leave it here.
Hey, I would tell you, Chief, whenever Dylan Anglin wants to come by, we've got a map of what the Children's Task Force route that they took. I've got that in there, but it's a big board that's like, so we need to get it back to, and then this is what he's going to talk about. Go ahead.
This is foisted on me last night. Everyone was going to go with you, and Dylan was going to come, and no one showed up. So it's just me. All right, so if you don't know who I am, my name is Danny McDaniel. I'm representing the federal JCs today. We are requesting an approval to our first annual color run in conjunction with the federal JCs Chili Cook-Off, which will be our 4th annual Chili Cook-Off. I don't know, quick question, Drew, what day did you approve that on? What did
It
you,
was last
board meeting.
board meeting.
the date?
Day.
Oh, for
Was it
the,
November 7th or November?
That day, the day.
That Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, around that Tuesday.
No, the.
oh, we
date
didn't
of
have a
the-
date on the
Oh,
color run. Is that what you're talking about?
It's a Saturday, that Saturday.
Yes,
Saturday, November
Hang
14th.
on, I can tell you about the chili thing,
they're gonna need to-
Find out quick.
So
because we have it in there.
one on the same day, ideally, there could be 2 separate events. The color run is if you don't know already, it's a family friendly community event that helps support that in our case, helps the JC support our efforts to serve and invest in our community. I had to a little last minute notes, so I'm reading off of notes. The run will follow the same route as the Pedal Children's Task Force. And we will work closely with the city staff, public safety personnel, volunteers to ensure the event that is conducted safely and has minimal disruption to residents. And we appreciate the city's continued effort or continued support of community events and respectfully request your approval. I would be happy to answer any questions you have.
We have y'all on the Civic Center calendar for November 13th and 14th.
Friday and Saturday. But it was but we didn't approve the run because we wanted to hear more, I think, so.
And we have all the date, the time to check in, run.
We usually like to communicate this to the PD. Yeah, sounds great. That's awesome.
We're gonna market it, how do y'all plan to market this? So, and there's a cost to run, is there a fee, the donation?
Dylan's done a lot of the heavy lifting right now. Marketing to city staff, but as far as getting out the word, I'm probably gonna redesign the Chili Cook-Off poster to have both events kind of side by side. So one day, early morning is the color run, later in the day is the Chili Cook-Off. They'll be relatively in the same area. The color run that started at Hinton Park, which is I think where the Children's Task Force run started. And then obviously the cook-offs in the Magnolia Room. We have check-ins slated for 6:30, the run at 7:30, and awards at 8:30. And it's gonna be awesome for us. I get all the chalk and all that fun stuff. Any questions?
Never had an issue before. Go ahead.
Awesome, Nathaniel, I appreciate you, brother. Did Nathaniel vote on anything?
I would say, we have to say,
I think that that's what I need to vote on.
Okay, yeah, I think we're good then.
So y'all not like it's the.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I can nod.
awesome. Good deal. Appreciate you. Appreciate the JCs.
right.
Thanks, Nathaniel. It's good to see you.
All righty, proclamations and resolutions. Number 3, request to adopt a proclamation setting Friday, July 3rd, 2026 as a holiday and observance of Independence Day.
Motion.
Just a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 4, request to adopt a resolution appointing Tony Ducker and Craig Bullock as MML 2026 voting delegates.
Motion.
There's a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Got 3 people running. This year's person that will be the incoming president will be Mayor Hope out of Collins. So looking forward to that. No bids or quotes, no old business.
Nope.
There is.
Oh, no, I take that back. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah. Number 5, request to authorize Mayor Ducker to execute a release for property damage upon receipt of settlement funds per R. Eaton.
Motion.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Number 6. Number 6, request to pay the docket of claims for the month of May 2026. There a motion and a second and any comment?
Second.
So who motioned?
Motion.
Okay. All righty, and we'll check on what we had talked about earlier. Got a motion, got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
You know, every once in a while you're supposed to say we got to pay our bills. That would help us. Pay our bills.
But you gotta say it with the
Steve
man
used to always say,
southern drawl.
Steve used to always say that, and is it budgeted? Number 7, request to pay South German and Waits invoice 27,913 in the amount of $4,516.38 for construction management, Matthews Branch sidewalk improvements.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are around 90% through. So here we go.
So it's nice.
Number 8, request to accept donation of Tough Coat Supreme Grain Rescue Kit with that serial number and a JPZ Rescue Auger from the city of Gulfport per Assistant Chief Lewis.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
Number 9, request to renew ad in the Petal High School football program at a cost of $100. Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Request to sponsor Petal High School Innovations at a cost of $100.
Motion.
There's a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 11, request to reimburse Mayor Ducker $182.92 for parking and transportation for ICSC in Las Vegas.
Aye.
Yeah.
I heard a motion and a second. All in favor? Table. Hey, Dave, what?
Push it to next year.
My hearing, this ear, it's gone. I can hear nothing.
Pretty close.
Okay, got a motion, got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Request to accept the agreement with Collins and Knoll for a road, a right-of-way appraisal services for South Georgia sidewalk improvements. Motion is second, all in favor? Request to accept agreement with Howdy Shell Pittman for right-of-way services for South Georgia sidewalk improvements. Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
And as y'all know, just for everybody else's benefit, this is basically doing some due diligence on the front end for a hope to later have a project there. So nothing in the works as of right now, just trying to get our ducks in a row. Number 14, request to pay estimate number 4 in the amount of $42,113.50 to TrueMac LLC for South George Street Bridge replacement per SDW.
Discussion?
Motion second, go ahead.
Have we confirmed our firefighters' equipment return for that project?
It is not at this time, is it not? At one point, TrueMac had mentioned that. I was scared for him to touch anything because it was working. So there is the discussion about us making the numbers make it worth our while. Like, okay, we'll kind of settle up on the back end. And even with all the rain that we've gotten, we seem to apparently be on schedule. So hopefully this will still get done by August. If the rain will act right for the next little bit. So, any other questions? Got a motion, got a second?
Aye.
All in favor, thank you. Number 15, request to accept amendment to C Spire telecommunications agreement for increased internet speed at fire stations 1 and 3. Let me get a motion and a second for discussion.
Motion. Second for discussion.
Okay. Chief? We left out somebody. What about number 2?
They get it in next month.
Piggybacks off the city.
They piggyback off of us. The question was brought up with another service provider at number 3. What all is included in that number? It's not just internet, is it? Is it internet and phones? Just internet for, what was the number?
I'm assuming the city's internet is C-Spire.
Yeah,
Our telephone.
and I think that's probably how it originally happened like that, I'm sure.
So station 1, the internet, we're getting, I took pictures like 13 up, 7 down. It's crazy with all the guys that are trying to put in reports. Same thing at station 3. So that's why we're asking for increased speed. Now, station 2 is piggybacking off of this, which their speeds are slow too.
What are you gonna do about yours?
I'm on there too to be upgraded.
Yeah.
1, 3 and
And
City
City
Hall.
You didn't just want to keep it all in one.
Yeah, Mayor, I brought this up as a,
Yeah, that's
because
right.
the numbers came back to me, I was like, I know what I pay as a
Yeah,
resident. And I know what, a commercial application pays, they pay, $99 for 1 megabyte or 1 gig up and down, or 1 gig up and 500 down. So when I saw the numbers, it was like, that is terrible service.
What is it, like 200 and something dollars?
Well, yeah, $270 for 250 megabytes. So that's, comparatively, it wasn't apples and oranges, but what I've learned since is that it's a package deal. Right? Assuming, but even though we have amendment, so what I
it's just amending our
Original.
internet speed. Like the fire stations are originally only had 20 megabytes, and City Hall and Police Department had 100. Well, the Police Department, y'all upgraded a while back, didn't you?
I don't mind doing along with what Drew's saying.
And I don't
is
know if it's some equipment.
to
I really
approve
don't
this
know.
with the caveat of us double checking and seeing if we could get out of one place, get out of it and look into another option for you. Dixie is what I'm thinking.
yeah,
We don't have that option anywhere else because we're not in their footprint.
it might be like a combination deal, and that's what we're trying. The original contract is, I'm not sure where it is, but
Fine.
it might be a long. But we're technically they're looking at 20. You said 2030, so it's just one of those things. It's somebody just like when you upgrade your internet, they continue to increasing unless you pay due diligence. Like, whoa, what are we actually paying for? And like literally, we could save $2,000 by actually going to a local provider. Though C-Spire has done a great job, and they're part of our business team here. But DFastLink is also part of our team here, so it might not be feasible because you got to rent the phones, and DFastLink does not rent phones. So
Yours isn't phones, are they?
Yes.
So
Oh, it's
All
phones
of
too?
It's phones too. The thing is station 1 there, we're on Mississippi Power.
Yeah. We don't have a chance. So we're
Yeah.
just simply talking
I'm
about
talking
station
about
3.
Mississippi 3.
It's only
So
one station.
again, it's well, it might be worth $2,000, but again, it just takes some due diligence and
Yeah.
put it on. to
We'll
listen back.
double check that and say,
But thank you
for
for
the caveat, if not, we'll just go
highlighting
keep
all
it like it
the
is.
details.
No, appreciate the cat.
Comcast.
Okay, got a motion, got a second, all in favor?
Uh,
Where do we see you at?
It says fire station 1 and 3 and City
What's
Hall.
Oh.
Do you see that? You need to go to the eye doctor.
Dude. Alrighty, seminars and travel, number 16, request for David Courtney and Charlie Sims to attend NTOA Law Enforcement Operations Conference in Nashville, Tennessee on August 30th, August 30th through September 4th. Total cost $3,485.08.
Motion.
For a second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Number 17, request for Bartley Faulkner to attend MLPI training in Meridian, the 1st and 2nd of June. I hope y'all, it's total cost is zero, so we're okay.
Motion.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Number 18, request for Alden Johnson to attend chemistry of hazmat at the State Fire Academy on June 15th. Total cost $160.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 19, request for the following to attend driver operator 1002 at the Mississippi State Fire Academy, the 22nd of June through July 9th. Total cost $660 for Aiden Townsend, Elijah Smith, and Tyler Duncan. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 20, request for Garrett Middlestat to attend basic 1010 at Mississippi State Fire Academy the 15th of June through August 6th. Total cost $1,060.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Orders and ordinances. 21, request to adopt order promoting Tony Galmer to engineer at a rate of $50,000 annually effective June 10th, 2026. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There's someone here who hasn't really been good.
Okay, I can do it after.
Chief Sam,
Do the mayor.
that wasn't the budget, right? Just making sure.
Kim.
You knew that
Doing
question.
the job.
I knew.
Hey, wanted to give a couple updates on a couple things. Obviously, want to continue to keep the Boyd family in our prayers for the tragic accident of last week. And really, the only reason I say that is to also remind everybody there is a GoFundMe page that seems to somewhat have stalled out around $138,000. If we would take a look at that again, if you're able or in a position to help them out, I know it would be for an incredibly good cause. So just keep them in your prayers as well. Did find some stuff, you saw it on WDAM about Stephen Street having a trouble flushing. I mean, this is something that happens all over South Mississippi at the same time. But obviously, as we started kind of hunting and pecking and trying to figure out, okay, what would be the problem? If it is what it is, hey, we can't do anything better until we seal the system up more. We were able to find, Clearwater was able to find some, a manhole that had an issue, and they're in the process of trying to do a fix on that. Speaking with the engineers and talking with Alderman Steele, this could be a big step in having some improvements over there. It was broke, it needs to be fixed anyway, so we're not losing anything by addressing that. Also, trip out to Las Vegas. It was wild. They have, they'll hurt your feelings. I mean, it's a situation with the other area that I was with. They're almost saying, can you get a little of everything? One guy broke out a little thing and basically just like, here's why we're not here. And we're like, ooh, that's harsh. And then you run into the guy that says, I can't believe we're not already there. And when we'd walk away, the people are with would be like, they've been telling us that for 5 years. Yeah, I can't believe we're not already there, man. We want to be there. So anyway, we were able to talk to some people, kind of, get an idea of what some of the things they're looking at. A lot of it is raw numbers. One of the wildest things I thought, and you anti-tax folks, which I guess I can jump into that camp sometimes too. As a state, Mississippi has a harder acquisition cost to get to day one than other areas. That's why people that are developers in the Pine Belt develop in Nashville, Pensacola, Austin, Dallas. They do that simply because the acquisition cost to get to day one is less and their rents are higher in those places. So you do see some of the stuff that we've done on our side, and I'm a little bit more of a fan of them now, where we try to make, put some incentives into things. And that's one of the reasons you see that on the state level as well. So anyway, hey, anybody else have anything to say? Hey, gang, y'all got anything?
Well, our neighborhood wanted to talk about flooding.
Yeah, come on up.
But he told me to come. I'm a new resident.
Yeah.
But I just came, and the one who
Where
wanted to.
you live at?
I live at Ben's Light.
Okay, which house is it?
1, 2, 3.
Here you go.
So,
I'm your alderman.
I just moved in a week ago, and there's all the backyards for most of the houses on our side is flooded. And the flood is not just the problem, is that now there's wildlife in the floods, now there's snakes, now there's frogs, so children and pets are now, it's a safety concern. So they told us to come here at 6 so we can talk about it. We came and they didn't come. But that's our concern, and it gets really loud at night, from all that kind of wildlife, and not to mention, the flood concern, and I think they mentioned that there was no fire hydrant in that area, and then there should be some sort of drainage. I'm not putting anybody on the spot, but that's kind of what.
No, actually, that's good that you
Discussion,
mentioned that, but then that's something that you guys can check out and see if there's something that we,
Maybe that was the discussion is that maybe the fire hydrants instead of water.
there's
drainage
always
for
the
area.
constant pressure between the fire department and the water department. The water department always wants to put a meter on it, and the fire department just wants a whole bunch of them.
So
But anyway, we found a happy meeting. They work good together, and might be something we can look at,
I know
especially
that,
down at the end of that road, because if you had to go down there and there's not a great turnaround, if you had a big truck down there going back and forth would be a beast. We have talked about a water line, looping it with another area as well. So something that's on our radar. And obviously you see, we finally paved it.
yeah, we
after-
paved it and now we've dug it back up because when Mr. Mann, who owned the property, that first nice house on the left, he owned all that.
Mhm.
And when his wife passed away, he lost his love for the property. He wanted to be Southwood Sons. He sold all that property to 2 developers. And now instead of having all that nice calm property across, we have 5 houses on one side and we're fixing to have 3 or 4 on the other.
Yeah.
So we dug up a brand new street. There's nothing more discouraging about that, but that's the price we paid for having more development there. We do have it's flat. The land does not perk on that area. The closer you get to the water, the water doesn't go into the ground very well.
Yes,
Let's put it that way.
Yes, that's what.
You'll notice the ground is very dark right there.
Mhm.
We have that problem all over when you get south of Corinth Road going down. That's 3 Mile Cutoff.
Right.
As you bottom out right there, you're almost at river level, just above it. You can dig down and hit water very quickly. So we've looked at a lot over there, and we're still looking. We've done some sewage issues over there, which parallel Carterville Road
Right.
to get water out to get them over towards the drainage over towards the river. We're still working on it.
So do we expect like some improvement over the next few weeks or
So
so?
we've never had ditches there. We do have drainage pipes underneath there, but we've never had ditches there. And that's right about the middle of, it's like on the left-hand side where they're developing those houses. Unfortunately, that's where that main pipe is right there too, on the left-hand side.
Yeah,
Are you on the right-hand side or left-hand side?
I'll be on the left-hand side.
yeah, west,
Okay.
or might be north there. No,
So you're in one of the new houses?
Yes, one of the new houses.
That explains it. Well,
yeah, I think the
barely
water
gonna
wants
give
to
you a
go.
discount.
I think the water wants to go to the back, but I will say that last day we got around 6 to 7 inches of rain.
Yes, so
We have had that before,
Yeah.
but it's not, and I tell you what, and speaking with some people that know a lot more than I do, which is a lot of people, but if we're coming off a historic 2-year drought, if we wouldn't have been, ain't no telling what we would have ran into. It would have even been worse from a flooding standpoint.
Does
So
your house
hopefully
have
it'll-
a culvert under the driveway?
I don't believe so.
No, there's no ditches on that road.
So none of those new houses and new
All
driveways?
of the houses on my side are all flooded all the way to the house. So I can see snakes out of my back window.
Yeah, there's no grass. It's all dirt and it's very flat.
Yeah.
Much
No
like some of your property over there.
Brand new driveways, no culvert.
There's no way to split the culvert. There's no ditch.
Yeah,
We can't put ditches if there's no culverts, but the other way around, you can do all that.
It's-
But anyway, yeah, we'll obviously, it's on our radar.
Okay.
And I don't know what improvements we can make just due to some of the complications and difficulties that Alderman Strickland was talking about, but it's something, if we can fix it, we will. We always get nervous too when we start doing something that hadn't been done. We don't want to make, solve one problem and create 3 more.
Exactly.
Government's we're pretty efficient about doing that kind of stuff though. But obviously, we're always welcome. You're always welcome here. And if you need us for anything, let us know.
We appreciate you guys. Thank
You
you
can,
so much.
Awesome.
you
Thank
can
you.
always call me. Please.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
Anything else from the, I should have said, go ahead and throw it on.
It is your turn.
It's about my water down there, and that bridge down there below my house.
Oh, yeah, that was yeah.
That bridge down there, so that water just run into the thing, and clean out that little ditch, and come down there on both sides, so that water can run down in there. I've been asking, and they got problems. Well, I got problems with all the water we've been having. I couldn't even go leave my house because that water was standing there. Oh, it was standing there. The bridge was out. And it's good I didn't go down there because they had put a cop in there. And I stayed at home that time, but if somebody got sick down through there, I would be scared to go help because that and it just been cleaning it down. You gonna get somebody to do it, but ain't nobody come. And I've been waiting on them so I can show
Are you talking about the bridge on
them.
22?
From my house. The one on the, somebody took some dirt and put on that one. With the, he was dirt on that. But nobody come down and do it. And I'm appreciate it. If y'all would come down there and let me show you. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but I do. And let y'all see what I'm talking about. But that one minute, right? It's been right. I'm just sitting right there.
I'll get Buddy to come.
Double check.
I got the doctor's appointment tomorrow. I'll get Buddy to come.
Miss Ada, we need to double check about getting you a camera in here on you.
Why?
When you talking, ain't nobody, we can't even see, I can't even see you on YouTube.
Oh, well, that's good.
We need to get, maybe you sit up there, sit out up here somewhere or something.
See me on YouTube.
Oh, no. We're gonna have to make it, we need to request you come up here from now on.
When you put me on YouTube, they say, you went down there and watched that, didn't you?
That wasn't me.
Yeah, we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that. No, we appreciate that. And Matt will get with you. So, I need a motion to see the need for an executive session on a legal matter. And, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
No.
Thanks, gang. Hopefully we won't be terribly long. I don't think we will be.
Yeah, we'll be in the summer. Guys, and